Breaking news out of West Africa from the country of Benin, where a military coup is underway. Soldiers have appeared on national television saying that they have overthrown President Patrice Talon, seizing power of the country. We're also getting reports of gunfire near Talon's residence that's located in Benin's largest city of Cotonou.
Hello guys, once again welcome back to this platform. This is Yawa TV. Today we are on the coup that is happening in Benin. There's a coup attempt or coup that happened in Benin and it's being broadcasted around many media platforms. And right now I'm going to read what is on the CNN page. What did they say about the coup currently? Patrice Talon, the president of Benin, has been overthrown by the military. They are claiming that because of insufficient resources and how their comrades died on the field without their family being taken care of, and their military, them as military, they are not receiving good funds or good salary from the government. That's the reason why they overthrown the government. That's crazy, man. You know, this is not the first time that the coup is happening in West Africa. This coup started from 2020 to 2025. West African countries are still experiencing coup. You know, it happens in Mali, it happens in Guinea, it happens in Guinea-Bissau, it happens in Niger, it happens in Burkina Faso. So all those things happening around the West African country. What are your takes? Let's look at what happens in Benin right away.
Communiqué. Le comité militaire pour la refondation CMR, réuni ce jour, dimanche 7 décembre 2025, à Cotonou, a délibéré et décidé ce qu'il suit. Monsieur Patrice Talon est démis de ses fonctions de président de la République. Le lieutenant-colonel Tigri Pascal est nommé président du comité militaire pour la refondation pour comité de ce jour, fait à Cotonou le 7 décembre 2025. Je vous remercie, Béninoises et Béninois, chers compatriotes. En ce jour, dimanche 7 décembre 2025, nous, forces de défense et de sécurité, après une réflexion bien mûrie pour donner un repère à notre pays, avons décidé de prendre nos responsabilités suite aux multiples dérives du gouvernement de M. Patrice Talon. Il s'agit de, sur le plan sécuritaire, la dégradation continue de la situation sécuritaire au nord du Bénin, l'ignorance et la négligence de la situation de nos frères d'armes tombés au front et surtout celle de leurs familles abandonnées à leur trésor par la politique de M. Patrice Talon, malgré les multiples promesses relayées en grand pompe sur les médias. La promotion.
Now, according to Benin's interior minister, he said the coup announced earlier has been fooled. But let's get into the details. On the morning of December 7, 2025, the military entered into the state broadcasting news office and decided to declare that they have seized control of the constitution and they have started closing borders and they started hijacking things that they want to hijack and declare that Patrice Talon is no more the president of Benin. They have taken control of the country. Now, the minister is saying the coup that was announced earlier is being forward and the military are taking into considerations. They are respecting the constitutional order of the country. But let's look at what CNN wrote about it. A coup that was announced in Benin on Sunday has been forward. The interior minister said in a video on Facebook. In the early morning of Sunday, December 7, 2025, a small group of soldiers launched a mutiny with the aim of destabilizing the state and its institutions. Alassane Seidu said, faced with this situation, the Beninese armed forces and their leadership, true to their oath, remained committed to the republic. That's what the interior minister is saying. Earlier, a group of soldiers had appeared on Benin State TV Sunday to announce the dissolution of the government in an apparent coup, the latest of many in West Africa. I've told you earlier that this is happening in West Africa. So many of West African countries has experienced this from 2020 to 2025. A lot of coups has happened. So that's what CNN is reporting. The group, which called itself the Military Committee for Refundation, announced the removal of the president and all the state institutions. Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri was appointed president of the military committee. The soldier said, following the its independence from France in 1960, the West African nation witnessed multiple coups, especially in the decades following its independence. Since 1991, the country has been politically stable following the 2 decades rule of Marxist-Leninist Mathieu Kérékou. There has been no official news about President Patrice Talon since gunshots were heard around the presidential residence. However, the signal to the state television and public radio, which was cut off, has now been restored. So as of now, nobody have heard of the President Patrice. There were gunshots at the presidential palace. Now, this is what ECOWAS is saying. ECOWAS is now condemning that coup. ECOWAS does not want coup to happen in any West African country. We all know what ECOWAS is capable of. Who is ECOWAS? What ECOWAS stands for? You know, ECOWAS is the Economic Committee of West African States. It's an institution that look into the constitutional order of all the West African states. So ECOWAS has been condemning coup since 2020. What happens in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, all those ones, ECOWAS has been eager to condemn it, and ECOWAS has asked them to restore democratic order. You know, so right now they refuse, and right now a lot of countries are engaging in this coup. It's become one, like, let's say, how to eat rice. It has become like that in many of the countries. Let's move on. ECOWAS strongly condemns this unconstitutional move that represents a subversion of the will of the people of Benin. ECOWAS will support the government and the people in all forms necessary to defend the constitution and the territorial integrity of Benin. The bloc said in a statement. Talon has been in power since 2016 and was due to step down next April after the presidential election. Talon's party pick, former finance minister Raymond Wadagni, is the favorite to win the election. Opposition candidate Ronde Agbojo was rejected by the Electoral Commission on the grounds that he did not have sufficient sponsors. In January, 2 associates of Talon were sentenced to 20 years in prison for an alleged 2024 coup plot. Last month, the country's legislature extended the presidential term of office from 5 to 7 years, keeping the term limit at 2. The coup is the latest in string of military takeovers that have rocked the West Africa. Last month, a military coup in Guinea removed the former president Umaru Bello after a contested election in which both he and the opposition candidate declared themselves winners. So, according to CNN News, they are saying this is rampant in West African states. It just happened last month in Guinea-Bissau, where President Umaru Bello Sissoko was removed because when the election took place, without the result was not announced, and the incumbent president, and the opposition candidate both declared themselves winners of what the results were not announced. So the military decided to take over. Now, right now in Benin, the same thing is happening. Not in a similar occasions, but different. They are saying the military, the salary that they are giving them is not enough, and they are neglecting them, their comrades that dies in arms. They are neglecting their families, making their families suffer. So that is the main reason why they came to take the seat from Talon Patrice. And we know Patrice has been in power since 2016 now. You see, that's crazy, man. It's really crazy. You get it? So this is what is happening in Benin. Guys, what do you think about what is happening? Whatever it is, just drop your opinion in the comment section. And if you think this is justified, your opinion is needed. If you think it's not justified, drop it there. Thank you for watching this channel.